Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Putting Our Business in the Streets. My name is Demia, I'm the mother.
I'm Imani, the daughter.
And we are in New York. And I'm ready to go home.
Me too. I can't stay in New York for too long.
It is 6:07 p.m. on Sunday, July the 2nd. We have been here 24 hours.
Pause.
Oh, God.
It's July 2nd, as she said, which means it's my birthday month. 11 more days to my birthday. Just had to put that out there. Okay. Continue.
So,
first of all, we're eating.
Yes. So, for those of you who are listening, if we are smacking, we are sorry.
And
this
sorry
is my first full meal I've had today.
Sorry also that it's not going to be as crisp, like in the audio. Because we're eating.
We're eating.
What did you just do?
I was making sure you didn't hit the bowl.
Oh.
So we apologize now for any noise in the back.
But yeah, I figure since we eating, y'all don't really want to, y'all going to hear it regardless, but y'all don't really want to hear it here, and the mic was really going to pick it up.
Right.
So
first, we are eating from a store called Cava. And it's a Mediterranean store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of has the vibes of a Chipotle bowl. But it's Mediterranean style food. And it's very, very good. And we were walking yesterday to the hotel, and Imani spotted it from across the street.
And we were just talking about it too.
Mm-hmm.
And we were saying, like, we wonder if there's a Cava here, and it's one literally down the street from our hotel.
So if you're ever able to get to one, C-A-V-A. V as in Victor. Cava. And in my bowl, we pretty much get the same kind of stuff. But I have baby spinach, basmati rice. How do you say that? Zaki?
Tzatziki. So basically, you can pick rice or lentil.
Or greens.
And then greens. And then you pick your protein, which will either be chicken, lamb. Do they have beef?
Mm-hmm.
And beef, I think. Those are the three. And they have falafel as well.
And the chicken you can get spicy or regular. So she's a spicy, I'm a regular.
Then you pick three. You can pick up to 3 hummuses / sauces, because I don't know if the thing we get is a hummus. But yeah. Then you pick like your corn, like basically your toppings: corn, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, cucumbers, peppers.
That's what I forgot. Onions.
Ew.
And then your like dressing, quote unquote.
And I get brown rice, chicken. It's called hot harissa honey chicken or something like that. The tzatziki sauce or hummus that we were talking about. Sorry if we butchered that pronunciation. And I get corn, lettuce, garlic dressing, and then hot honey or hot harissa vinaigrette. Yeah.
And mine again is spinach, basmati rice,
close to the camera.
the tzatziki, or however you say that, grilled chicken, corn, tomatoes, cucumbers, and I forgot the onions. And then I get the garlic dressing. And they give you bread.
Yeah, you get free pita bread.
Pita bread.
And then the drink I got is strawberry citrus, and then I mixed it with their lemonade.
This is different. It's usually 2 pieces, but
it's even more.
That's all that. So, we are in New York City for leisure. And our trip came about because we were supposed to go to Aruba. Big difference. This particular weekend. But those plans fell through.
Shout out to my friend. She just got married in Aruba. Congrats to her.
We had already had the time slotted off at work. So it was like, where else do we want to go? Like, where can we go? We can just escape for 3 days, do what we need to do, and just come back. So we're like, let's just go to New York. So a friend of mine is from New York. And I was like, but I want to do something different. I don't want to do Times Square because we always do Times Square and all the other good stuff. So she had suggested I said, I want to see more of New York. Like going to one of the cities, like the boroughs. So my girlfriend that's from here, she was like, there's a tour that you can do and it takes you through the 5 boroughs of New York City. I was like, perfect. So that's what we came into town to do. So the tour was scheduled for today, Sunday, but we came in yesterday. So we took Amtrak from Philadelphia. It was like an hour and 45-minute ride. The ride was great. It was very, very crowded, however. But we lucked up and got in the dining car and just sat at a table. And just was on our phones, little conversation. And then we got here and we walked from the train station here to the hotel. The check-in wasn't until 4. And we got here like around 2. And we were like, let's just walk over to the hotel and see if by chance we can get early check-in. And if not, at least we can put our bags down so we don't carry our bag with us.
Because also, it was like a 25-minute walk from the train station.
And some of y'all might say, why didn't y'all take an Uber? Or a cab or something like that? In the same amount of time it would have taken us in a cab, or the same amount of time it would have taken us to get by foot, because the traffic is horrific.
And then also, we just know, like, we're walking people. Like, we're from Philadelphia. We walk all the time. We take public transportation. So, like, to us, that's nothing.
But what were you about to say?
I don't know. You cut me off.
I said, said y'all might be wondering why we didn't take an Uber, and you said,
oh yeah, I was gonna say we chose to walk.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Sorry. Now we've been to Times Square many times. I've been many more times than she has been. Like, I used to come up all the time as a young adult, even as a teenager.
I've been.
My mom and I used to come up here a lot to see plays. They used to have bus tours and different stuff like that. We've been to the Hamptons and everything. And then I brought Imani a couple times during Christmas time, because Christmas time in New York is very pretty.
It's my first time in New York when it's not cold. I just realized that.
So, walking here yesterday, it's a lot of people in New York City.
The walk to the hotel wasn't bad.
But still a lot of people. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad compared to last night.
Yeah, so we got here to the hotel. We were able to check in early. We get up here to the room. And the room is all right. We ain't gonna talk about the hotel.
I thought you wanted to.
We are in a hotel called...
You don't have to say the name necessarily, but the hotel is... It's a little ghetto.
The reason why we picked this particular hotel is because the tour was beginning in front of this hotel. And we're the type of people, I don't want to be late, I don't want to miss nothing. And the tour was starting at 8, so the bus was pulling off at 8:30 for the tour. So I was like, let's just stay in the hotel where it is.
And online, the hotel seemed really, really nice. So,
walking into it, the only thing I was mad about is that it didn't have a pool. But my girlfriend who's from New York told me that most hotels in New York don't have pools. Why?
Excuse me.
I need somebody's governor or...
That is a little weird, I'm not going to hold.
Congressperson or somebody, the mayor, to figure that out.
But honestly, though, I probably wouldn't even have wanted to get in the pool because it probably would have been crowded. Or it might have been closed if it was an outside pool because of the air quality.
We're on the 30th floor, and our view is of another building, which isn't their fault. It is what it is.
Yeah, like we didn't ask for like a view or nothing.
The bathroom, however, is very tiny.
And the layout is stupid.
It's stupid. If you are a person of a very wide stature, you would not be able to sit on the toilet. Because the toilet is literally in between the sink and the shower.
Or take a shower. Because the shower is narrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's narrow and long.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like that is unfortunate. Because first thing I said is, well, thank God my hips ain't any bigger than what they are. Because if they were, I'd be in trouble. But the shower feels really good. Does the shower feel good to you?
Mm-hmm. And it got good pressure.
Yeah, the shower is really good. Like the water is real. The shower head is really good. The water pressure is really good. And outside of that, no. So then, getting here last night, after walking here, we're like, let's take a shower before we head back out to get dinner and figure out what else we want to do for the night. There are no washcloths in the bathroom.
You should have set the scene up. She went in the shower, booty butt naked. Went in the bathroom, booty butt naked. All of a sudden, I hear her yell, "There's no washcloths." And so, yes, that's very unfortunate. That's very, like, weird and not unprofessional, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, don't say that word.
It's just ridiculous that there's no washcloths.
But then Imani saved the day. I had packed washcloths because my period is on, so I was like, I'm just gonna bring my own because hotel washcloths are white, and I'm very clean when it comes to that type of stuff. But I just felt comfortable bringing my own, So
I should have period on camera. Is that normal?
I said it earlier.
I thought that was perfect. To the world?
It's normal.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so I called to the lobby.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Finish.
My bad.
So thank God I had brought 2 washcloths because I was only going to bring 1, but something told me bring 2. So I brought 2.
The Lord.
Really, honestly.
He just be looking out.
So I was not as upset as her because I had brought washcloths. So I'm like, well, because she's about to call the hotel. Mind you, we had something. At this point, we were now getting ready to see a show, which I'm going to tell y'all about. And I'm like, well, you're wasting time, sweetie. You're about to wait for this washcloth. Like, just take this one.
When I'm in the hotel, I want new washcloths every single time I take a shower. I want new towels every time I take a shower. I need a towel in the shower. I need a towel on the floor.
Yeah, we do.
Like, there's multiple things that are needed in a room when it comes to towels, washcloths, and hand towels. So I called the lobby, and I'm like, hi, I'm in room, da-da-da. We don't have any washcloths. Okay, let me transfer to housekeeping. She transferred me to housekeeping. I said, hi, we're in room, da-da-da. We don't have any washcloths. Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry. We don't have any because we haven't received our delivery service.
That shipment didn't come in yet, that's what you said.
I said, so I'm about to get in the shower and I don't have a washcloth. She was like, no, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. Because if y'all was sorry, y'all would have went to the store and got some washcloths. Y'all would have bought out that store and got some washcloths.
I'm like, what? So I'm just baffled. I'm like, who? So y'all wait until the very last, y'all send out all the washcloths at one time? Is it like a 1-hour delivery service? Like, how do you just not have any washcloths? So I was like, okay. Somebody was like, I have some, and again, we're on a time crunch. And why are we on a time crunch?
Because we're going to go see the show.
But how do we know we were going to go see the show?
We already got the tickets. We didn't take a shower until after we went out. And then
So we came in, dropped the luggage off, then went out, and then came back, and then went out?
What?
Because we didn't
came back, dropped the luggage off, dropped our stuff off, and we went back out and to go get something to eat.
Right.
And we bought tickets. Then we came back.
Then I took a shower. Oh, so I missed a part of the story.
We didn't talk about it yet. What part?
We came in, dropped our stuff off.
Well, I thought we were just talking about the hotel. So I thought you were just...
Gotcha. Excuse our timeline. So, anywho, I took thank God she had the washcloths because I was then able to take a shower. So then when we went out and came back, I stopped at the front desk. No, we came upstairs. And I was like, oh man, I forgot to stop at the front desk to ask about the washcloth situation. Because the lady at the time, she was like, oh, let me see if I can find you some. From where? Like in the gutter somewhere? So when I came back, I called downstairs and nobody answered at the front desk. Then I called housekeeping.
Yeah,
nobody answered again. I'm like, this is a crappy
But then also, it was 11:39. I said, Mom, you have a washcloth. Like, at the end of the day, you have one. So I'm like, just take a shower, and then we'll ask again tomorrow. Because I'm like, even if somebody do answer, they probably still didn't have no delivery at 11 o'clock at night.
So we went out today, and we came back after the tour, which again, we'll tell you about. I stopped at the front desk, and I was like, hi, yesterday, there were no washcloths. I just want to know if the situation's been resolved. He went around some little corner and got on the phone. Who only knows who he could have been calling? He could have called nobody. But he came back and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, we don't have any washcloths.
Or hand towels.
Or hand towels. Target is around the corner. Y'all need to go get some washcloths. But what I then decided on the way back, I don't know if y'all noticed, within the last couple of years, there's always been a debate about whether or not people use washcloths to take showers or use their hands. Obviously, we are the only ones in New York City who use washcloths. Everyone else must use their hands. I had to get in here and text my mother. Like, Mom, what did she say back? She was like, ooh, no.
She said, ew. She sent a gif, whatever, and it was like, ew, no. My grandma would have had a fit.
Mm-hmm.
She would have caused havoc.
Target is around the corner.
I just
Go
feel like
get some
something
washcloths.
Like, now y'all, I just feel like clearly they probably have a distributor. Call somebody else and tell them, hey, our peoples ain't working out right now. We need like 1,000 washcloths.
But again, you should have sent out 1,000 while you still had 1,000. You don't run. That's like running out of toilet paper.
No,
you don't wait until the last roll to order toilet paper.
I'm confused as to why. Yeah, they don't have any.
So we didn't have any washcloths, and we still don't have any washcloths. So he was like, we can send you some towels. Great.
So he sent us up towels, and we got towels.
So when we got off the elevator, there was housekeeping, and I went over there. I said, "Can I have some towels?"
Cause then, as soon as we came back earlier, I was like, they probably came in and took the towels.
Mm-hmm.
And we came in, the towel in the shower was going, the towel on the floor was going, our hand towel was going, and then they don't have no more hand towels. So, yeah, housekeeping was out there, so she went back out and was like, can we have towels? And then we got the extra that the guy sent us from downstairs. So they gonna have hella towels when they come tomorrow.
I'm just disappointed that's not. If y'all have ever heard of this before, if y'all have ever been, or
I've
if we
never.
tripping over the washcloths, please comment below.
No, you're not tripping over washcloths, because what if I didn't bring the washcloths? Then we would have had to go buy washcloths. And y'all weren't going to reimburse me for it. So what are you talking about? We're not overreacting. No. And I'm pretty sure there's other people who have to buy washcloths.
Well, have y'all ever been to a hotel before that they had no washcloths? Or towels? Any of it?
Thank God they had towels. I was going to bring a towel. But I was like, nah. Because I didn't pack the biggest bag. So I was like, I'm not going to bring a towel.
So
but I'm
this is
definitely bring
note to
washcloths.
self. When you go away,
Bring a freaking washcloth.
bring a washcloth.
Too.
Because that don't make any sense.
Because the person with you might have forget.
So, we get to the hotel yesterday. We check in. We put our bags down. And it's like, all right, let's go back out.
Eat.
And get something to eat.
We were hungry.
So, we left here and went to this restaurant called Yard House, which I think I've been to before in Philadelphia. But Imani had never been there. And I was very pleased with my meal.
I was not.
And my drink. Imani was not at all.
But I'm not even necessarily mad because I got tacos. And the restaurant is not Mexican or anything of the sort. So I knew it was a risk getting tacos. And I knew they may not have been that good. But we weren't coming straight. Oh, the hotel doesn't have a microwave. So I wanted to get jambalaya, but I was like, I'm not gonna finish. Well, my mom had pointed out,
don't get it.
I'm not gonna finish it, and then I'm not gonna have nowhere to warm it up later. So I was like, okay, you're right. So then,
sidebar, why the hotel don't have no microwave?
Yeah, none. Like not in the room or in the hallway. All they have is ice machine. So yeah, I was deciding between the tacos. I got carne asada tacos. Or orange chicken with rice. So either way, that restaurant wasn't like a Mexican type restaurant, wasn't an Asian type restaurant. It was very much, they sold American. It wasn't even American though, because they sold all types of food. But it gave American, like burgers, fries, like that stuff was probably good. And I got tacos and it was not good. They did not season that steak. They cooked it, put it in the tortilla, put onions and guacamole on top and gave it to me. And it came with rice and beans and it wasn't good. But I wasn't mad necessarily at them because I knew that was risky. Like,
she was so excited when that plate hit the table.
I was, and then I look back at the picture and it looked real sad. So I don't know what I was excited for. I mean, my drink, wasn't bad.
What'd you have?
I just said I wouldn't get it again. No, but it came in a martini glass.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. It was called Malibu Peach. I think it's the peach tree I don't like because it had peach tree in it.
And my favorite drink of late has been a Moscow Mule, and they had 3 different types this time. They had a strawberry, a pineapple, and then the regular. So I got a pineapple, and I love my drink. And I have been lately in the mood for some really good chicken tenders, not from a fast food place. Like I've been wanting some from like a soul food place, just some good juicy chicken tenders. So I ordered some from there, and they were actually really good. So I was happy with my meal. So we left there and was like, let's go see if we can get some tickets to a show.
Because we are a musical family, and we like theater, so yeah.
And I have been told by some people that usually if you come on a day of a show, you can get tickets cheaper than what you would buying them in advance.
Oh my.
So first we went to Aladdin.
It was Aladdin /
and Lion King
in one building.
And the tickets were,
not
that they were expensive, they were just nosebleed up there is what the lady said.
Yeah, it was $109, but you were all the way back.
Up top in the balcony. So then we went across the street to Fat Ham. We didn't even ask about Aladdin because I think I heard their prices, and their prices were.
Because then we were.
The man was
and
rude.
Then the man, we stood there because we were still trying to debate. And before, so I guess I don't know what he thought, but he closed the blind like he didn't want to help us. So we left because now I don't even want to give you no business.
You don't want to serve me, then I'm gonna give you my business.
So
we went across the street to see if they had tickets for Fat Ham. And Fat Ham is I knew their last showing was today. So I was like, let's see what their tickets are. They were still at $189. And I was like, I don't want to pay that. So then it was, let's go see about MJ. And
we wanted MJ out of all 3.
Right. But we feel like it was kind of far.
But at first, because as we were walking, we saw the signs advertising it, and it said the theater. So when we came to the hotel to drop our stuff off, we were like, let's look up the tickets just to see what they may look like. And they were like $200. So we were just like, we don't really want to pay that. Like, no. So then we were like, okay, well, let's just go and walk and see what's there. Because she was saying how somebody had told her that they could be cheaper when you buy them, at the box office. So.
And this theater is 10 blocks the other way from the 2 theaters that we were going to for the Lion King.
Because we were like,
and all that.
When we went to go eat, we were like, Lord, let's just go back to Times Square because, and Broadway is right there too. So we'll just go eat over there and then see what theaters are around. So after we ate, the first theater we saw was Aladdin, Lion King, Fat Ham. And then we came across another theater, but they were only open from Monday through Friday.
Oh, yeah, that little one.
Yeah.
So
because we were even if it's off Broadway, like we just wanted to see a show.
Yeah. And it's really hard to know where everything is. And it's so many people that you don't necessarily just want to be standing out there trying to look like you don't really know, because people can prey on you like that. So we were like, okay, so let's just walk over to 52nd Street. We were on 42nd Street, but we had to walk down over to 52nd Street. But we found this side street where there was nobody and had a good old walk over to that theater. So we get over there, we walk in, and we're like, hi. The guy was so nice. His name is Eric.
I don't know his name because he wasn't supposed to do that.
Okay, well, bleep that out there. So we walk over to the theater. We go inside. There was nobody there. We walk in. The gentleman behind the counter, he was so nice. He was like, hi, how are you? And I said, we're good. I said, I'm just curious to know what kind of tickets you have for tonight's show.
This is for the Michael Jackson.
The Michael Jackson Experience. That's what it's called.
No,
it's called the MJ Experience.
No, it's not.
MJ the Musical. I'm sorry. MJ the Musical.
That's the Wii game.
What is that?
The Wii game.
So it's called MJ the Musical.
The musical, I think.
So he was like, well, we have the best seats that are $199. Then we have the next best seats that are like $139. And then we have cheaper tickets that are $99. I said, okay, let's start at the $99 and see what we got. And he was like, okay, let's see. And then somehow he was like, I found some seats that I'm going to give to you
for $99.
For the $99.
But they're $139.
But they're regularly $139. So we were literally 7, 8 rows from. I think we were in row O.
Mm-hmm. I never saw a row number.
I don't even know what the tickets are.
I have a ticket. Oh, it's in my bag. I'll get it.
The theater is small, first of all. So that's really something you have to take into account too, is how big the theater may be. So because this was a small theater, to me, no seat was a bad seat.
Yeah, row O.
So we were in row O. A, B, C, D,
Oh,
E, F,
but
G,
we were in the
H, I,
orchestra.
J, K, L, M, N, O.
But our section was orchestra because it's like
So we were on the
we
floor.
were like the section behind like the front.
This is the stage, and we were here.
A little off center.
Our seats were amazing.
Yeah, they were really good.
And when we walked in and I saw how small the theater was, I was like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. Y'all, can I tell y'all this MJ, the musical play, was probably the best play that I have ever seen.
It was really good.
It was amazing. I would say The Lion King is still a very good play because of the theatrics of it all. You know how like the animals come into the audience and they have the things flying over and everything. But I'm sorry.
I saw The Lion King, I was 9 years old, so I don't remember much.
This MJ.
But MJ was really, really good.
This was so good. The music was awesome. The stage, what do you call that? The props and the staging and the lighting.
Literally the production. Like
the production was just I had no real idea what the play was about.
Because I know, well, really only one friend who saw it. And she said it was really, really good. But she was saying how it really focused on the music. Like it didn't really touch on his personal life. So I didn't think, not trying to give it away, but I didn't think they were going to touch on, you know, like his relationship with his dad, his family, but they did. But it was still told in a really good way.
It was really good. And the guy that's playing it, he's the second person in this role.
I need to look him up because I say he looks so familiar.
But he was just really good. Sounded not just like him, but he had that soft, raspy voice.
Him singing, he sounded like Michael.
It was
Jackson.
Amazing. He popped up out of the floor a couple times. The Thriller montage, what do you call that?
Which one? The first time they did it, or the
first
time?
one?
Yeah, they
when
did
they
like
blended
a medley,
all the songs together, a medley. It was just amazing. I mean, the lighting and the stage production was amazing.
And since the theater's so small, and the stage looks small too, but it was actually wider once they moved backdrops and stuff. Since the theater was so small, I personally thought like it wasn't really going to be like all that. Because this show is I guess it's technically not on Broadway, but I thought the MJ play was on Broadway. Like, does that count? Because me personally, I found out when people said, oh, it's on Broadway, I didn't know Broadway was a street. I thought that was the name of, like, what it meant to be on theater and on stage. Like, oh, you're on Broadway. Literally meaning, like, oh, you're in New York putting on a play. Like, that's what I thought Broadway was. I didn't know it was a street.
So I guess this would be considered off Broadway, obviously,
because
it wasn't
on Broadway,
right.
But I thought that was on Broadway.
Yes, I'm not sure what's termed what.
I guess not. I guess technically, I mean, it is off Broadway, but I thought the play itself was on Broadway.
It was amazing.
It was good.
If you have the chance, and I think MJ, the musical, is now about to go on tour.
Because it wasn't supposed to last this long.
No.
So it's clearly doing good. Because we were going to try to see it last year in December. Because that's when it was going to end in December 2022. And then we never saw it, but then we kept seeing, well, I guess you mentioned like it was still on Broadway. So we were like, oh, okay, well, we'll try to see it this year. And then, yeah.
We lucked up.
We really did.
So
shout out to that man at the box office.
Right? So if you're able to check this play out, this musical, it was amazing. It was so good. So then we left there and was like, let's go into Walgreens on the corner just to get some snacks and some water and stuff like that.
Because this place also don't have no vending machine. This is a corny hotel.
And can I tell y'all, mental illness is real. Homelessness in America is sad.
And drugs.
And drugs.
Real. Why are you saying that though?
Because it was a lot. Like those two guys that came into Walgreens that the security guard was trying to get out.
You could tell when it's like mental illness versus drugs.
So this is just like a sidebar. Like mental illness is real. And you just gotta, I don't know.
Be mindful.
Just be mindful, right?
don't
respectful,
be so judgy all the time.
Yes.
Most.
Like I see them and I'm just like, God bless them, and I pray that they're safe.
Because we're kind of used to it too, because we're from Philadelphia, so we see homeless people a lot. And I went to school, high school.
What you about to do with that? Because you can't warm it up later.
I'm leaving it right here.
Oh, okay.
I went to high school in South Philly. Also, I was very close to downtown Center City, so I would see homeless people all the time. So seeing homeless people isn't nothing new to me, but you still just have to know how to act accordingly. Because also,
you gotta be respectful.
But also, sometimes they do get out of line, because some of them, like we said, have mental illnesses. So sometimes they may approach you, say something crazy to you, but you just gotta, just be mindful.
Two-parter?
Sure.
I want to finish this night and then start the next one with the tour with today.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we went to the Walgreens, picked up some snacks, and then we had to walk back to the hotel. Honey, that Times Square area last night, I was not comfortable. I don't know if it's as I'm getting older. It has nothing to do with my age.
Nope.
Last night was a lot.
What?
But at the same time, as I'm getting older, I don't like congestion.
I think also
I don't like it when I'm driving.
Everything is COVID too,
But even I can notice when I'm driving in Philly, I need wider roads. That's why I'm ready to get out of Philly. I need wider roads. I need less congestion. But last night, and again, we have been here many times before. I don't think, but again, we've never been here in the summer.
In the summer, and we never stayed. We're normally here for a day and we out.
And we out, right. We usually come, we handle our business, and then we leave. It was just...
Because we never been here at night, because the play was over around 10.
Because again, when we come during the winter, it's getting dark at 4 or 5 o'clock.
So we'll see a 2 o'clock show.
Right. And be heading out.
And then head out
in the darkness.
That time. Head out.
Last night, Times Square is obviously the hangout spot.
Well, duh.
And it was just I can't. Then this guy came up to me. He was like, "Sis, I like your locks." I said, "Okay, thank you." He was like, "Do you like comedy?" So now he a hustler.
But even the way he approached her was wrong, because he was just too close to her.
And were you behind me or beside me?
I was beside you, and I'm like, "Mom, please put on your mean mug right now. Please, this is the time." She was being too friendly.
So he was like, "Do you like comedy?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You want to see a show?" No. He was like, "Where are you from?" Philadelphia. Oh, that's so nice. Are you gonna be here?
He's like, "How long y'all staying?" She's talking about till Monday. Why are you telling this man how long we gonna be here?
So he was like,
"Why are you even still talking to him? Wrap it up."
Because we're walking and he's literally right here. And again, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it was just too much. So then he says, "Well, do you want to see a show?" I'm like, "No." So then he was like, "Do you want to be with what I tell you?" He said,
Do you want to
be with a tall dark man or see a tall dark man later tonight?" Or that's what he said. He said, "Do you want to see a show?" I said, "No." He was like, "Well, do you want to see a tall dark man later on tonight?" And Imani was like, "All right, it's time to go." She started pushing.
But I didn't hear him say that. But he
it was
just
perfect timing.
Getting closer and closer to her. This
because
man,
now I smell your alcohol.
This
in your breath.
man was tall too, so he had to get down on her level. Then he was all up in her ear, and I just did not like it. So I pushed her up because I'm like, "You need to wrap this up." So I pushed her up, and he kept saying, "So
I was still walking. I didn't stop."
No, she didn't stop, but I pushed her up so that she could start walking faster, so that he knows we're trying to go. He was
like, "That's enough." She was like, "Can you stop talking to her?"
No, I said, "We're fine, thank you." And as we walked away, he was like, "Yeah, she is fine, sir. Chill out, please." He is too close. He was too close.
Yeah, so then we kept walking through Times Square, and I was like, I can't. I need out of this.
People were just standing, and I get it, it's New York, but do something.
And then I'm like, what are people looking at? People, but
the advertisements on the billboard, they are not that interesting.
But then there was a section over here where kids were dancing. Then there was a section over here where...
But people were
it was just too much. And I was like, Lord Jesus, please get me out of this crowd. Don't let nothing pop off. And then we hear this man screaming. We turn, do something. I see these 2 women on the ground. And then the cops arresting somebody.
A black man.
And she was like, "It's a black man." You don't know what happened in that moment? And she's like, "Well, wait." And so I'm trying to walk. She was like, "But wait a minute, I gotta see."
No, I'm sorry, because
you all like, "Can we go?" It's time for us to go. But she stops turns around, goes back, and it's across the street.
Wait, but let me and I made it across the street too. Mind you, no, because first of all of a sudden I hear and I look over and there's like 4 white people on the ground. I said, well, what happened?
At first you were just, you were like, oh, they fell. At first you didn't say that.
I thought they fell. I was like, oh, they fell.
So we don't really know what happened.
We really don't.
We really don't know what
I
happened.
saw the cops and I saw the cops was on top of somebody. I said, oh, wait. I said, we got to stop just in case there's some injustice going on. So I said, I stopped. I said, Mom, wait, because I couldn't see at first, but then the car started coming. So I had stopped. I walked back so I could look. And
this tall.
The black man, and then
across the street.
And the man finally stands up, and I see it's a black man. I was like, it's a black man. I said, I don't even know what happened, but it's a black man, 4 white people.
And I said, and you don't know what happened.
I said,
let's go.
I said, let's cross the street so I can get a
right.
So we crossed the street, but nothing happened. I think they just arrested her, and then the other cop. First of all, 5 cops have to go over to stop him. I felt like that was a little.
We don't know what happened. We do not know what happened. And again, I'm not trying to defend,
She
but we don't know
defends.
what happened.
All right, we don't, but we're black at the end of the day, so side with your people until you know the truth. So yeah, nothing happened, and we walked away.
It was just a lot. It was just a lot. So we got back to the hotel last night.
And I'm just like, be aggressive. Be aggressive. Like, you are not aggressive enough. Like, you know how to be. I know this is New York, but we ain't too far from it. Like, come on, put it on. Like,
so we get back in here last night, and we just come upstairs, and that was it. We was tired.
Yeah, we was tired. We came back to, no, we didn't take another shower because we weren't really that sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
I did like
wash
wash
we take
up.
one right before we went out.
Yeah, I did wash up a little bit, but yeah. And we had to, wake up early today. So I went to bed at least before 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I think we both did, kind of, sort of.
Well, you were asleep before me, but
lights was out early, but it was a little after 12, and we had to be up by like 7ish because the bus was leaving at 8:30.
But she didn't wake me up at 7.
On that note, we're going to stop here on this video, and we will continue on the next video to tell you about how today's day went.
Part 2. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you next week, or you'll hear us next week.
Yes.